Luis Martinez in a beautiful silver. One of the cleanest. I mean, we've got a lot of Mustangs here this weekend, but that is certainly one of the cleanest ones here. And
I got to tell you, one of my favorites ever of this body style, Bill Mobley.
Oh, yeah.
With the Fulton power plant on it. Oh, my gosh.
And we still got tailpipes on it. I'm not saying it's running through them right now, but the fact that that thing still has tailpipes on it, I mean, that is neat. It's surgically clean.
That's the throw.
Gorgeous car.
That's the throw you away. And you look at that and you go, oh, look, he's going to do it too. We can beat him. We can beat him, Brian. I'm telling you. Here we go. Look at Dean out there posing for GQ. Wow, this guy can drive, man.
Yeah.
Right when you think he's going to have his hands full, he's back on the...
That was a nice pedal job. Set the thing down and got right back into it. Meanwhile, the Mustang may well have been running through the tailpipes. As quiet as that thing just was roaring down the racetrack, straight, clean, and true.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I am at PSR Performance. I just got here. Brad is going to be dynoing my 66 Chevy II Nucky Johnson today. Hopefully everything goes well. If it does, we will be heading to Bradenton Motorsports Park on Sunday. We'll be leaving Sunday from Maryland, and hopefully to get there on Monday to go testing. We're trying to compete at the Snowbird Nationals at the No Time Shootout. So, yeah, so it's going to be a long weekend, and you're going to be seeing a lot of content. So, let's go inside and see what they got going on. We are in the greatest state known to man.
Florida man.
Florida man. So, we are 10 minutes away from Bradenton Motorsports Park. We're going to be shaking down the Chevy II. Hopefully I don't die today.
We haven't had much sleep.
I haven't had much sleep. Having this delicious...
That looks terrible.
delicious chicken sandwich from...
Kangaroo.
Circle K.
Oh.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that's the plan. What do you plan to do on the keyboard?
Well, we're gonna give it a mild tune-up to start out with, shake it down, make sure everything's okay, and then go from there. We left at what? It was 5 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah, we left at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. It is now
noon.
11 o'clock in the morning.
We had 11:10, and we didn't stop.
Yep. So.
But yeah, let's go do this.
The levels.
Not sex. morning, Lewis.
Good morning.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling spicy.
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 Well, you need a shower?
No, I showered last night. So.
Well, we didn't recap last night because we didn't really feel like it because we were tired. But you want to tell the people of the interwebs how it went?
My car sucks. No, I'm just kidding. We made 3 shakedown runs. Well, not really 3. 2 of them, I didn't go anywhere. Just spun the tires right away. Is there a Wawa right here?
There's a Wawa somewhere.
Spun the tires, first 2 passes. Brad made some adjustments on the keyboard. I also hit up Mark Benser from Benser Motorsports. He advised us to lower the tire pressure down to where we had it, and car went down, and we made my best career pass by a lot. And yeah, that car is pretty fast.
Freight train.
Yeah, it's no joke. So I wasn't even in the throttle all the way because I got scared a little bit. So I didn't think it was gonna go that fast. So can't tell you what it is since it's a no time car and people would hate me. So we'll just leave it at that.
We also have to fix some today. So our rod end broke on the pusher for the car that goes to the golf cart. So I'm gonna run to Granger here, pick it up my car that I keep down here in Sarasota now, and then I'm gonna run to Granger, get the parts we need. Hopefully I can get something figured out here. Lewis is gonna go to track and get the car ready to go, prepped, and then we gotta change a couple things. We need to put some, I'm gonna put a set of plugs in it and just gotta check over everything and go from there. So yeah. Lewis, you're trying to smash right now?
I'm a Christian boy. What are you talking about?
You want to tell the people of the internet how today went?
So we made 2 passes, and the first one was about the same as the one from last night, which was my fastest pass ever last night. But the 60-foot was really slow. You changed some stuff.
Yeah, I changed a bunch of shit.
And
I knew it was going to slow it down. I just wasn't sure how much.
And then you were like, "Oh, we're just going to go back to the old."
Well, I made a new curve.
Yeah.
Based off of we were overshooting target on the curve from last night. So I made a new curve last night that we put in this morning, and I was hoping we would target that same curve, and we did. We were only off like a pound or 2 on the curve from where I wanted to be.
So we made a second pass, and the weather was like perfect.
No, it wasn't. The DA was over 2,000.
Well,
it was nice out. It wasn't
hot. Yeah, it was
hot.
nice out. The DA was a little high.
Yeah, the humidity was like 75%, and the DA was like 2,100.
So we made a second lick, and car went up in the air, and powered wheelie, and scared the out of me, and I got out of it a little bit, sat back down.
You didn't really get out of it that much in a wheelie.
No.
No.
Yeah, it was fun, and then I didn't think it was, I knew it was faster than last night, just the way it felt, but I didn't know it was like that much faster. It was like 2
tenths
faster than last night. So yeah, we're on the right path. I don't think we're gonna test tomorrow just to save the car. I would hate to like break like the motor or the trans or something like that before qualifying. So I think we're gonna save the car tomorrow, and we need to get one of our wastegates fixed. Maybe both of them.
I think it's both of them, to be honest with you.
I wonder if it's like a manufacturer's defect.
Yeah, so I'm almost wondering with what's going on with them if like so you have the two pieces, the clamshell that bolt together. I'm wondering if they're machined too deep and it's not smashing the f***ing diaphragm enough.
That would actually make sense.
Yeah. So that was the thing on the back of my head is if I was gonna with them, I would have put them into Bridgeport today. Like if I was at the shop, I would have put them into Bridgeport and machined like 20 thousandths off of it and see if it changed.
Right.
You know, because it wouldn't hurt anything.
But Precision said that we run Precision gates. We've never had a problem with them before. So they said they're going to be here tomorrow. They're going to take care of us. So, which is good.
I feel like tomorrow's going to be a madhouse, or well, Friday and Saturday are going to be a madhouse.
I've watched this event many times on live stream, and the stands are usually packed. Kind of reminds me of Yellow Bullet Nationals. So it's going to be a big event. There's going to be a lot of fans. The track's awesome. Brand new track. Victor did a great job.
Yeah, that was the one thing when we walked up to watch some of the stuff earlier, and I stood between the two lanes, and I realized how fresh that concrete was at the starting line. I was like, wow, that looks really nice.
Yeah, and it's just a great facility overall. I'll definitely have to come back next year. What do you think of it so far?
Fun. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that I've been kind of working through, like little stuff. It's the car's done awesome as far as what I was hoping for. Last thing I want to do is drive 17 hours basically, and have to come down here and fight with a bunch of shit because this is a fresh build. Like I literally just finished it on Monday. So Lewis and I got in a truck. I got in a truck at 3 o'clock on Monday afternoon and started driving, and we got here at 11:30 yesterday. So for me, the last thing I want to do, especially because it's just him and I, is have to come down here and beat myself up fixing stuff, whatever. And things are going to break. It's racing, but so far, everything seems to be pretty good. There's a couple little things I've noticed that I want to take care of over the winter, but nothing crazy. Everything else has just been adjustments and figuring out where things work. And I really think our biggest thing yesterday was tire pressure.
Yeah.
I feel like if we would have had tire pressure right, we wouldn't have wasted 2 passes.
Yep.
But be honest with you, I've never worked on a car this light before. I never worked on a car with this much power that's this light. And, we didn't know where to put the tires. And it's not like that's broadcasted online. Like, oh, a car weighs this much. This is where the tires should be.
Yeah.
We're working off of, we were a pound less than where we were running the other Nova at. And some of the other cars that I work with, we're right there with them as far as power or tire pressure level goes. And even when you look up on Mickey's website about tire pressure, they tell you to run a minimum of 15, and we're below that. We're actually recommended below where we're at right now. So, it's interesting to kind of learn these things as we go. Every car when you build them is a new learning experience. So, it's just one of those things, and at least we're having some good success with it too.
I definitely feel like a sardine in that car. I fit in it good, but it's tight.
You couldn't gain any weight.
Yeah, I couldn't get any weight. Anybody that's slightly bigger than me would have trouble in that car for sure. Shout out to Mark Menser, Multool, Garrett. There's some Marshawn Motorsports. He got me all my new safety equipment right away, last minute. There's just so many others that helped out make this weekend happen. Well, hopefully we qualify with no problems. And
for anybody that's not familiar, we don't really have to qualify. All we have to do is make 2 passes.
We can make a 5-0 pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could literally send the car down the track on no boost, and as long as it makes a clean pass, I think that's all you have to do. They're not they don't know our time.
Right.
They don't know what we're running. So it's basically you make 2 clean passes, the car goes on the track, and you go cool, and that's it. So really for us, I'd like the car to go probably about another. I think all said and done, if we had the perfect conditions and we really wanted to do some more, we could see this thing go another 2 tenths on top of where we're at, maybe even 3 tenths. But you know, we get another 10th out of it from where we're at. I think a lot of it's going to come down to driver at that point. And you know, if we're able to knock off another 10th in our second or our next pass here, you know, it would be behooving of us, honestly, to send the car down on low boost, see what it does running, you know, a 5.0.
Yeah.
You know, there's no real reason. Hell, Lewis could knock the same 60 foot he knocked off today and just cut it off at the 330 and roll down through, like not even have to pack the chutes again.
Yep.
So, you know, it's interesting. You know, we got a couple things that I want to make a small adjustment tomorrow on the anti-roll. If you guys will see the video when we put it up, that the car goes left a little bit when he's in the air. Another thing I want to get is a GoPro mount so we can actually get some in-car footage, because maybe Lewis is in there turning the wheel a little bit and we don't even know it. But, you know, everything's possible. You know, a lot of times I do it the same way as myself as a driver. I always say, oh, there's no way I'm doing that. And, you know, I've put GoPros in and looked at and I'm like, oh, I am doing that. You know, it's part of it. You have so many things going on when you're going as fast as we're going with this thing. You know, it's hard to kind of get all that input, you know, in one shot and be able to do it. Now, once you do it, you know, and you're familiar with the car, you've done it 20, 30, 40 times, those things become muscle memory. You pick them up a lot faster, stuff like that. So definitely learning experience. It's good to come down here and really, you know, just have a good, clean, you know, set of runs here and be able to see the success we were hoping for. I didn't think we were going to go this fast this quickly, but, you know, I'm glad we did. So, yeah. But anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. So I'm currently sitting in the cell phone waiting lot at the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, waiting for Justin. Been a little bit since we've all gotten together to go racing like this, and Justin decided he was going to fly in. So it's like 40 degrees at home, and it's, according to my Mercedes, it's 80 degrees outside right now. So he's in for a little bit of a shock. He's never been down here before, any of that kind of stuff. So we're gonna go out in town a little bit tonight and have some fun. But I'm gonna record him as he gets to the car, I guess. Do something stupid, who knows, whatever. There it goes. Car. Usually when you throw it in park, it'll do it. Hi there.
Hi there. Thanks for picking me up. No worries.
How was your flight?
Good.
Oh, it's hot out there.
Hairless pussy in front of me. In a sweater.
It was wearing a sweater?
I have a picture of it for you.
Oh my god.
There was a hairless pussy in a sweater.
We got Justin.
Looks like Lewis's car's working half decent.
Yeah, it is. What do you think of that airport? Kind of small, right?
Easy. Yeah.
Did you fly out of Lehigh?
Out of Philly.
I didn't even know you could fly out of Philly. Where'd you fly? Legion?
Frontier.
Oh, I didn't realize Frontier came into there.
Yep.
Alright, turning you off. The nice part about having a car that works is you get to take Justin to the beach.
Oh, it's awesome here.
So this is Anna Maria Island. We're gonna enjoy it. Yeah, there you go, zip line.
Need a zippy. Give me a zippy.
Martinez from Bel Air, Maryland, the 1966 Chevy II with a 388 cubic inch LSX combo.
That thing looks like a door wedge. Look at the front end, how
And
it's
the nose has like a crazy
Isn't
angle
that
to it.
something? Nice little car, man, that Chevrolet Nova. This car looks familiar, man. This thing looks like it's been around for a long time. In the small tire world of Florida.
I'm not sure if Martinez's front end is angled or if it's just the size of that scoop that kind of throws it up, but I agree with you. Looking at it, it looks like the whole thing's kind of angled out. I mean, it's a great looking car. Finished very well. Not saying there's anything wrong with it. Just has a unique look to it.
That front tire's buried. I mean, it is in there, you know what I mean? Up high in the fender.
And he's got the map light on inside.
Oh, yeah, that's the Google to tell him where to go. Pull up 36 feet.
Right. Proceed 660 feet forward. So fanning some fresh air in for Luis Martinez. Come down from Bel Air, Maryland in this car. Beautiful piece. Starter has finally said enough with the fanning of the air. Map light is off. Martinez moving forward.
It's like a pearl silver, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice. The roof's kind of like a flatter black and that kind of pearlescent silver. Yeah, it's a beautiful car. Tedeschi tries to finally get that thing staged in.
Wow. God, after all that theatrics, man, that thing's something else, huh?
Martinez's car sounded like the wheelie control may have come in. Again, you hear the car, when you see the nose come up and you hear the motor interrupt itself like that, you set that sensor at a certain number of degrees, so when it sees that many degrees, starts pulling the power away. And the way it kind of started, it wasn't necessarily him pedaling it. I think it's just the motor had the wheelie control on it, is what it seemed to me anyway, in my ear. But a nice run anyway for Martinez.
Lewis, how'd today go?
I'm mad.
You're such a little baby.
All I wanted to do was go to one of my favorite
Therapy?
places. Yes.
You want to go to therapy?
I wanted to go to therapy. It fixes my anxiety.
It's pretty uncommon that I don't want to go to therapy, but I'm tired. And me and Justin had a little too much sun today, as you may be able to see in my face. I don't want to go to therapy. It's like 11 o'clock and we have to be doing things tomorrow at like 9 because I want to check some stuff on the car. So Lewis, how'd today go? Other than not going to therapy.
We made a shakedown or qualifier, whatever you want to call it, around what time? Maybe 7?
It was about 8.
8
Hold on,
8 p.m.
I can tell you.
It was the only one they did today because they started late. They started running cars at 3 p.m. and we were
It
the
was
last.
7:33.
Okay, yes, 7:30. They started late. They started running cars at around 3 o'clock, and we were the last to go as far as our class. So the burnout was good. I finally had a good creep or bump into the staging bulbs, and cut a good light. Car was picking up. Front end was picking up. Wheelie sensor kicked in.
The Willie.
Dropped me back down, and I just, went through the 8th mile marker and pulled the chutes, and that's all she wrote, basically. So I went a little slower than yesterday, but we made it A to B. A lot of guys did it, so.
Yeah, well, in the footage you see the guy next to you spin. I didn't realize I was paying more attention to you than anything, but the guy next to you spun the tire.
Yeah.
And
seems like a lot of the no time guys showed up today.
yeah, like there was barely any no time guys at practice yesterday.
Yeah.
And then
They showed up today and they're just trying to
I think they're putting it in too fast.
yeah. So
There's a couple guys like they have the right suspension when they're putting the lot in and they're wheeling like crazy because
Right.
like we watched that in the footage. There's plenty of guys that were wheeling like hard wheeling, and honestly, you probably would have wheelied pretty hard too if you didn't have the wheelie control.
right.
And then you have the other end of the spectrum where you have guys that are just breaking the tire. So yeah, it's an interesting track. It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, it's a good track, good facility. I wish they had more. Not that we spend a lot of time in them, but like more grandstands. They only have like
Oh yeah.
one grandstand on each side.
No, it's 3 stands. I
put
think.
together.
I think it's 3 stands.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the only thing I would say is bad about that track.
Yeah, I would say the track reminds me layout wise as far as like the amount of seating and the facility and all that. It's similar to Cecil,
Right.
but it's not like it's not much bigger than Cecil really at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, but it's I would say it's definitely a lot like it's nicer in other aspects.
Yeah.
You know, Cecil has that just kind of building where you go get your food, and they have like a concessions actual stand
Right.
to this place, and you know,
So-
a little bit nicer.
Yeah, that's it. So tomorrow we got to be there early, which sucks. Got to make another pass. If we make another pass, a good pass, we're gonna probably hang up the car.
Is that what we're actually going to do? We never really decided this.
I think so.
Okay. So you just want me to get after it once we
Yeah.
go to finals or
Yeah.
eliminations?
Yep.
Okay. Then you can go to therapy at lunchtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never know. Sometimes the B therapy is better than the A therapy.
Sure.
You get more attention from B therapy than you do from A therapy.
You're right. You're right. Well, hopefully we can show you some footage from therapy tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.